Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium, and anytime the TCU Horned Frogs take the field, they have a standard, a legacy to live up to. One that was established by the likes of Slingin' Sammy Baugh, Davey O'Brien, and LaDainian Tomlinson. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Kansas State Wildcats taking on the winners of 3 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs.
Here we go.
Off the play fake on first down. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
He rifles one deep down the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Scott. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Leaves it with the back. Spins away from the defense. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd, but more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
High the chains now on second and long. They'll run play action. He'll take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Throws toward the end zone. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, that couldn't have gone any better.
It's so great for an offense to come out right out of the gate and score a touchdown on your opening drive. It just helps the offense establish that rhythm that is so important. It'll be interesting now to see how this offense does the remainder of this contest.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Going for the big play. Makes the grab on the big throw. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wants to throw. It's Scott. He's going up top. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Wildcats! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back. Makes a grab for a big play. Just when you thought that ball was out of reach, nothing appeared to be out of his reach there.
Yeah, he says just throw it up and I'll go get it. To track the ball all the way down the field and dive and lay out with that body control, that is a special catch.
He lets one fly deep, and he makes the catch inside the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Touchdown, Kansas State! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He fires one deep down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here, 1st and 10 from the 33. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Going for 6. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these...
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to pass, it's Scott. Plucks it out of the air. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete. Almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Unloads to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Now on the move. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
He makes a catch. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Looking to throw it, Scott. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Now adjusting. Deep shot for the end zone. But that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line,
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And the Wildcats, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. On the move. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Looking for the end zone. Makes a grab on the shot. He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. On 1st and goal, let's see what Kansas State calls. Looking to throw. Floating away. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's...
And down he goes back at the 3.
And you got to have that clock in your head, man. You get inside the 5-yard line, you better get rid of the ball. You better see it and throw it. He does a bad job holding on to the football.
Touchdown, Kansas State. Quick strike through the air for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Back to throw, it's Scott. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Turns it on down the left side. There he goes. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Kansas State in business in the red zone. They'll move the wide receiver. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Lets it fly. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Number 12.
Pure domination all game long for this offense, whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.